Hey everyone, Dr. Charlie Johnson, physical therapist. On today's video, I want to share with you the single biggest mistake that people with aches or pain makes that actually stops them from healing. So before I do that, for those of you who don't know me or maybe are watching, I help people get back to normal without things like pills, injections, or surgery. So for anybody out there who's viewing this, if you'd like to get back to normal naturally, call 484-552-3767. Would love to help you out. That being said, what is the single biggest mistake that people make? And that they do everything. So it starts off with people sort of ignoring any type of ache or discomfort, thinking it'll just go away. Soon enough, they realize that it won't. And then they say, hey, I'm over ignoring this thing, I've got to do something, and they go down the traditional medical route. They get medications first, then they maybe get an injection, and then if they're told they need it, they just follow along and get surgery. Oftentimes, they realize that this is just a temporary fix and that they're looking for a more natural, permanent solution. So what do? They start talking around, family and friends, they start Googling things, and they start trying everything. So, the way I best explain it is that everyone in healthcare is wearing their own goggles. So basically, depending on who this person with an ache or pain sees, is going to determine the diagnosis or what they're told is wrong with them, as well as the treatment they receive. So everybody's trained to see things in their own way, and this really biases what the person is told and how they're treated. So here's how it goes. These people often fall down what I call the healthcare rabbit hole. So I'm going to outline what that looks like and then sort of a technique for getting out of it. So here we go. First step, primary care physician, because that's what everybody does. And they see things as maybe like an inflammatory, that says inflammatory problem, and they say, hey, you need pills or just rest. If it doesn't get better in 4 to 6 weeks, come back and see me. Then the surgeon, maybe they send you there for an image. They say, hey, you're broken and it needs fixing with some type of surprise surgery. Then maybe it's like, well, my friend said a chiropractor is pretty good, so I'm going to go there. And they say, hey, I'm out of alignment. I've got subluxations. Look, I can see they took the x-ray and my curve is gone, whatever. And therefore, surprise, they just happen to recommend adjustments. PT, oh, your core is weak, and you need to increase your core strength, or exercises or something. Massage therapist, that says massage. You've got knots, you're a mess, you're tight everywhere, and you just so happen to be provided the treatment of deep tissue work or body work, right? So you can see that a little biased here, depending on who you see. If the only tool they have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and that's the treatment that you receive. Now, with that being said, people start down this path, and people come to see me because they're frustrated and confused and have a lot of questions, more questions than answers by the end of this, because they've been told all of this stuff that they don't know, but most of it's not true. And it's hard for people to filter through that, and they lose clarity, and they're just unsure of where to go, and all they want is relief. So after they've gone through that process, here's sort of a zoom out effect of what happened. So here's a ball of energy. We'll call it, let's just say it's the sun. And, we just said PT, chiro, massage, primary care physician, maybe you tried yoga, whatever. You can imagine that you don't get very far in this approach because you're basically going, let's just say each of these lines is an inch. You're going 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch. You got 5 inches of sort of effort, and you only have so much time, energy, and money, an effort to put towards solving any given problem in life. And instead of going in one direction, you are sort of Stretch Armstrong. Your legs are being pulled one way, your arms are being pulled one way, and you're only going 1 inch deep in each direction. So your energy is dispersed, and it's not very effective. Now, sort of the way that I work with people is say, what if, instead of doing that, you could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 inches in one direction. I'm a little biased, but I think that a top-notch PT is somebody who can really well reason through things and can provide a lot of coaching and guidance to people who are confused and really understands the best treatment out there. So 5 inches in one direction, and then instead of doing a whole cookie cutter sheet of exercises, because that just further confuses things, why don't we pick the best 1 or 2 things for this person such that we know what's keeping this person the same, what's making them better with their treatment, or if they're not getting better and they're getting worse, what exactly is making them worse. So hopefully you can see the power of this process of staying focused, going in one direction, trying to dig yourself out of the healthcare rabbit hole, and this way we can know what's working and what's not working. So for anybody out there watching this, who wants natural relief and wants to get back to normal as quickly as possible, call 484-552-3767. If you resonated with this video and found it helpful, like, share, and or comment below. Thanks.